What's good, everybody? It's your boy, O'Shea Duke Jackson, back at it again with another episode of the Celebrity Junk. So, man, I want to have a conversation about some of you who have the goals of achieving certain levels of affluence. That means you are a man who wants to be upper middle class and rich. Not everybody wants to do that, but many of you men do, and some of you are on your way, and I definitely congratulate you on your journey. Now, for those of you who do want to be in the upper class, you want to be a high achiever, number one, there are certain things that will stop you from that path. The very first thing is dealing with friends and family. And I've talked about it personally. Friends, family, broke people are the number one enemies to the rich. The number one. Beggars, no talent, lazy people. That's the first thing. Second thing that hurts guys who want to be rich is who they marry. Many affluent people lose their money in what is called divorce. You ever heard of it before? Right. And what you find guys do is this. And of course, what most men say, and I want to kind of talk about this, most men say, you know what? We don't really care about how much money women make because I'm not dealing with a woman because of what she makes. I deal with a woman because of how she acts or her femininity, which largely is very true. That's very true. Most men can say that and honestly mean it, right? But what if you're a man who dates a woman and marries a woman that, if we want to be honest about it, this particular person could do absolutely nothing for you, all right? That person could do nothing for you, and you have a baby by this woman, and you feel entitled that you should cheat on her because you can. What is the outcome for you? What is the outcome for you? What can happen? So I want to deal with that because I want to deal with Neyo. Neyo is a guy who, in the first place, should never be married. Okay? Neyo is a perpetual cheater. And it's not so bad to be a cheater or a man who desires other women if you can get that relationship or understanding with your wife, but you don't. You broke up with her before, you got back together with her, Crystal Renee, and you know, he was wrong. He was cheating on her and even had a baby on her. All right? The problem is, should she have been there in the first place? I know this is going to be controversial. We're going to talk about it. Should she have been there in the first place? I'm going to argue no. No. And entertainers are dumb. Okay? But I'm going to argue no. This is what gets most black men in a freaking bind. Because you've worked hard all your life. So you worked hard, you're talented, all of the above. You know, you don't need a woman base who's, you don't want to take a woman who's, career earning and all that stuff. It's not important for you. I get it, right? But then what happens is you deal with a lady who has no absolute contribution to what you do. And you're dumb enough to say, I want to get married to this particular person. Knowing goddamn well, if they had the money that you have, and if it was the other way around, she would not even acknowledge you. But okay, fine. You get married to her, right? You do that. Once you're dumb enough to do that, okay, which you'd be surprised how many men are dumb enough to do that. Once you're stupid enough to do that, then fundamentally you have given her all the rights and assets to what you've worked for. Although this person hasn't worked for anything themselves. Ultimately, they have done nothing to do anything for themselves. But you're stupid enough to be with them, right? Okay, we're going to keep talking about that. Then once you cheat or something like that, they're going to go to the court and say, he did this, he's doing that, I want out. Now you have to give money away, houses away to somebody as a mate. Had you not showed up, had you not come up, that person would not have that stuff by themselves. And the very next individual that person probably is going to go deal with is not going to have anything. But that's what you see men doing. And that's exactly what Neyo did. Neyo has 4 homes. 1 is given to his wife. Even though that's a good deal. Shouldn't have married her. Got to give her a Bentley. Shouldn't have married her. 1.6 million lump sum balance. And then $20,000 in moving expenses. Also, giving her $150,000 to buy a new car. He's taking their old car. And then he's going to pay her $12,000 a month in child support. And then fork over $5,000 a month in alimony for the next 3 years. So she can go live a life that she would never been able to live alone on her own. Ever. And and this is something that guys got to understand. Something that guys got to understand. That although you have money, you got to remember, you got to have standards too. And I see a lot of men, and I'm not talking about her bad in a way or whatever like that, but it appears that like you would have got the same outcome if you have not married her in particular way. She seems like she's like an IG model, looks like the BBL kind of look. Not hating on that, but what do you expect when you wife that situation up? Now you're paying for stuff. And again, the next guy that she's dealing with won't have to give her what she has because you gave it to her. And even if you did cheat and it's wrong, again, she should not be there. She should not be there. Guys, that lady cannot have any kind of effect on your life, at least from what I'm looking at for her, than anybody else typically. Like, your life wouldn't be like, oh, okay, you know what? If I didn't deal with her, that, is it worth $2 million? No. But it's what happens when you're a man, you make a lot of money, but your standards don't come up. So what was the point of working hard all that time for? Why did you do it? If you're going to just give it away. What was the point? What was the point of going through all that? It doesn't make any goddamn sense to build yourself up like that, to get to that point, only to be like, you know what, let me go ahead and give this up. And you'd be surprised at how many men do that all the time. Well, guys, what do you think? It's your boy, O'Shea Duke Jackson, back at it again with another episode of The Celebrity Junk. I appreciate you for all that you do. Subscribe to the bell. We're out.